The government will only take electronic payments moving forward on any immigration case. Previously, you could send a check, you could send a money order. There were other ways to pay, right? If you didn't have a bank account. In fact, the only online cases previously could you pay with a bank account or a credit card anyway. Well, now all cases will be paid electronically. You have to have an ACH debit form, which is the G1650 from a US bank account, or the G1450, which is going to be for a credit or debit card. In all of these cases, they have to be bank accounts inside of the United States, okay? They will accept prepaid cards, supposedly, but we're trying to figure out if this will work for prepaid cards, because most prepaid cards have a limit. Like, say you get a Visa gift card or a prepaid gift card, most of the time you can only put, say, $500 on that card. And what the government instructions have put anyway on these forms is that you need to pay the entire amount with the card. And so even though you could break up, right, you could use different cards, use different forms to pay, for example, for the I-45 and the I-130 and the I-131 and the I-765. Say you wanted to use a different card for each of those. Even still, all of those are going to be, most of those are over $500. So it's probably going to be hard to use a prepaid card unless you could use a different sort of prepaid card than the ones that I'm aware of. So it's going to be the easiest if you use a credit card, a debit card, or a your own bank, or use something like maybe a friend's bank if you can't use your own bank, and you send them the money. But the money needs to be there for the entire amount of time that you're waiting for the government to draw that the money from your account, which can take 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, and there are cases that it takes even longer than that. So the important thing would be to make sure that there's not a fraud check on your account. So maybe you have to call your credit card company ahead of time and say, hey, I have this 3005 coming from my account. Please don't block the payment. That's something you could do, or otherwise use your debit card or your bank and make sure that you have the funds there for the whole amount of time. So is this, the government says that this is so because they want to make sure that things are more efficient and moving forward for the future. But I think it's easy to see this is a way to get cases rejected. And that seems to be an underlying outcome, whether or not it was a reason. Okay, so if you need help with your immigration case, it's more important than ever to get an attorney involved, because we can help you avoid that your case gets rejected. And in many cases, many times, if you don't have the funds there, you're going to need another way to pay.